Hey up everybody, Magpie Gaming here, bringing you another PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds video. Now in this video I'm going to take a look at some of the third-party apps that are currently coming out in order to apparently support your gameplay within Battlegrounds. And I basically want to gauge the opinion of other Battlegrounds players and indeed the community as a whole as to what you think of these third-party apps. Now I've had 3 apps brought to my attention, so I'm going to have a quick look at those, give you a quick overview of them, and then ask some questions about them. So the first one is called Hideout. This one was brought to my attention on Facebook. Obviously I follow a lot of Battlegrounds groups on Facebook, so this turned up in my news feed, and basically what it is Skype for Battlegrounds. You launch Battlegrounds with this running in the background. It creates a unique URL for your gameplay. You then pass that over to your teammates, and they are then able to view your game in live terms. So they're able to put a little screen inside theirs and they can see the view that you have, and vice versa. Now I did in fact put a post on Battlegrounds official forum about this. Only got a couple of replies. One person said it was cheating and it should be banned straight away. Another person said it didn't really give you any advantage at all and he didn't see a problem with it. And another person said that doing 4 live streams of your game to your friends is going to create a lot of bandwidth usage and it wouldn't really work. So there wasn't really much opinion that I could get from people on there. Of course I'm a new user on the forum and you can only post in the general help section instead of the general section. So I couldn't really gauge a massive amount of opinion on that. I have tried to use this app to see how it works and I couldn't really get it to work. I didn't look too much into it at the time though, I just give it a quick look through, and on their actual Facebook page, which I'll link in the description below, there wasn't too much information on this. So yeah, check it out yourself and see what you think. If indeed it is still about, I'm not too sure yet. This was about 2 weeks ago when I actually found out about this. So if it is still there, have a look for yourself. The second app that's been brought to my attention was a video that I watched on YouTube. I can't remember the user now. I was just flicking through. I'd put Battlegrounds in the search terms and it came up, and it was for an app called Reshade. Now I suppose a lot of people will have heard about this one because it seems to be quite popular. Basically what you can do is you launch Reshade with your game. There's an in-game menu and it allows you to change graphics settings from within the game. And I can see why some people would use it. I suppose the graphics within Battlegrounds can seem a little bit washed out sometimes, a little bit bland. This app mixes that up, brings the colours out, makes them more vibrant, makes them look really good. And this guy's video that I was watching, he was explaining it really well. And then at the end of the video he says that it gave him an advantage. He was able to see players easier in the background. They stood out more with the colours that he had chosen. And I thought, right, okay, so he's using that to gain an advantage. He's able to see people that are prone a lot easier than I could in my game. So again, I think this is a fairly popular one. I think quite a lot of YouTubers do use it. So I don't know. I have installed it, but I haven't used it yet. And I don't think I'm really going to bother, to be honest. I don't think I'll thingy with that one. But Reshade does have approval from Battlegrounds. Even PlayerUnknown himself has tweeted saying that it isn't a bannable app and he's fine with people using it. But we'll come back to that in a minute. And the last one that I'm going to talk about is one called pubg Sumo. Basically what pubg Sumo does is it connects to your Steam account. You go on the website, you connect your Steam account, you download a little key generation file. You use the key generation file to link your game to the pubg Sumo website, and it gives you a live feed of your map. Now this is useful if you've got a second screen. You'll be able to move your browser over to a second screen and watch it. And what it does is, once you connect to the game and you start on the plane, it will show you where the high value loot is on the map. Obviously a massive advantage to people, because when you first launch into the game you don't know where the best loot is. You can only surmise that it's going to be in certain areas. Now this one to me does give you a big advantage. You know exactly where to go to get the high value loot. It will also tell you how long it will take to run to the circle once the circle starts to close, and it'll also tell you how long it will take to drive. So obviously giving you a big advantage over other players that are running this app. And this brings me to my final thing within this video, is I'd like to know what people think about these third-party apps. Do you think they should be allowed? Do you think some are okay, some should be banned? Do you think they all should be banned? My personal opinion on this is that they shouldn't be allowed. The game should stay as a standard base game, and these third-party apps even if they give you a slight advantage, that is still an advantage that your other players don't have. So they need to be controlled. I'm not saying that they should all be removed, but for instance the PUBG one, if you're going to allow people to see where the loot is, then add it in the game and let everybody see it. But again, that'd take away from the game. Part of the appeal of the game is trying to farm the best loot, wondering where to go, wondering where's best to land to get the best gear. And this map kind of removes that from it. So as I say, I just like to gain the overall opinion of everybody out there and what you think about this. Do you think these apps should be banned? It does say on the PlayerUnknown site, and I will quote this from the website, it says, number 9, do not cheat. Do not use third-party programs, macros, client-side hacks, edited game files, or anything else that may give you an unfair advantage in the game. This includes promoting or posting links to websites that provide or promote cheats or hacks. So again, PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds themselves are saying don't use third-party hacks. But then PlayerUnknown is saying that it's fine to use Reshade. And quite a few prominent YouTubers have said that PUBG Sumo is an unbannable app. Now, where they get their information from, I don't know, and who chooses what runs and what doesn't, I'm not sure either. I would assume that PlayerUnknown's control what is run on their game and what isn't. But I do know that Steam also scans your install folders for executables that shouldn't be there. So I don't really know where we all stand on this. PUBG Sumo doesn't install anything to your Steam directory, it's run through a website. But I would assume it's still a bannable app, but not banning you as a player, but I'm sure that they can stop it connecting to the game somehow and gaining a live feed of your game for the map. But yeah, it's quite a controversial one, this. I think when I look at some of the comments of some of the YouTubers that have used it, there's quite a big split in what people think should be banned and what people think shouldn't be allowed. Some people have said that if you're running on a potato graphics card and then somebody's running on a really, powerful rig, then that person has an advantage because they've got a better FPS than you. Which I can kind of see where they're coming from with that, but at the end of the day, it'll still come down to skill over who kills who. But these apps, they're definitely giving people an advantage, and it annoys me, to be honest. I just want to play the game, have a laugh, and I want the only disadvantage in the game to be my skill level. I know I'm shit at the game, I'm no good at it, but I want to know that I'm getting beaten by people because they're better players than me, not because they're using these things to gain them better loot, to gain them views on me by using things like the Hideout app. So yeah, my personal opinion is that they shouldn't be allowed, but really, how do you control them? I don't know. It's going to be a hard thing, and it's going to be an interesting thing too, to see actually how PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds go around controlling these third-party apps. And let's not forget, it's going to release on the Xbox soon, and the Xbox isn't going to have this problem. As far as I'm aware, it's pretty impossible to do these kind of third-party apps for the Xbox. I'm sure somewhere down the line somebody might be able to work it out, but it's very, very rare that you hear of cheating within, console games, because it's a walled garden, it's a locked-down system, it's an ecosystem that you can't gain access to. Whereas the PC is a lot different, it's very open, and it's easy to exploit things. So as I say, I'd just like to gain everybody's opinion on this. Let me know in the comments section down below what you think about these things. And yeah, let's get a debate going. If I'm able to, although I've not done it before, I will put a poll on the video so that people can just quickly click it and let me know what they think if you don't want to comment down below. But I would like to read the comments and see what the split is with the people that I know that play this game. Quite a few that I talk to on the TeamSpeak say that they shouldn't be allowed. They're not the kind of apps that you should have access to within the game. So yeah, let me know what you think. As always, ladies and gents, thank you very much for watching and listening. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe, and I will catch you in the next video. Take care.